you could potentially have a lot of wood rot. These guys have seen it so many times. Hey guys, it's Robert Scarpati with Guardia Windows, and we are out here on the job installing these new, beautiful, brand new windows. One of the key things is, there's a lot of different windows out there, but who's installing the windows? Because there are a lot of crews and there's a lot of different people trying to do installs of windows. These are our guys, because I always tell customers, it matters who is doing it, but do you even know their names? And this is Ernesto, and he's doing the sealing of the window, and we're putting factory grade sealant on the outside and the inside of the window now. And so he's sealing off this window. Then we have Andres and Daryl here that are taking apart this window, and they're safely taking out the glass and taking out the frame. There's a wrong way to do this where you can have just a NASCAR crew taking out the glass and taking out the window as quickly as possible because it sounds good. Oh, we'll get done with this in a day. You don't want to do this in a day. We want to take our time because we get inside these walls and you could potentially have a lot of wood rot. These guys have seen it so many times where there's wood rot inside the walls made from these aluminum windows, and it's causing a lot of damage. And so they need to make sure that the inside of the walls are good for a new window to go inside of it. And if they're not, then we can take care of it. That's a big crucial factor, but then also cutting the glass safely, not bashing it out and ripping out the frames, which would damage the home and damage the inside of the wall. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure we're properly installing these windows in. When we're installing them, making sure we have screws that are hitting the studs. And so the window is going to be secure. It's not going to shift and move later on. So then when we look at the window that's installed inside this home, and where you can see it's not measured incorrectly. This is custom measured to the wood and to the brick where it's not too big or too small. I see a lot of installers where they put windows that are just box windows. They don't fit correctly inside the wall. And either installers are cutting the wood or the brick to make the window, or the window itself to make the window fit. And then they just slap a piece of trim over it, hoping the customer doesn't notice it. And then the customer thinks, oh, I have a great window. But little do they know, they pulled that trim back and it's a mess. And that can cause a lot of problems down the road. And you can see also where this is sealed properly and it's not just big clops and glumps of caulk where it looks very unattractive. And so who's installing your windows matters even more than the window itself. We want to make sure the windows are properly installed into your home. So give us a call at Guardia Windows where you can get a professional install crew to improve your home.